he's been incredibly successful and financially rewarded as a novelist, but has now hit an age where his creative well is dry and he has to resort to the worst kind of subterfuge imaginable. So there's something very satisfying about seeing the downfall of somebody like that and also playing that, because otherwise it would be, maybe that would be like being Tom Cruise on a daily basis, where, you know, somebody that has a fall from grace, that is, you know, Icarus flying too close to the sun. That is what is the stuff of human drama, and that's what made it very attractive to play. When I read the script, the thing that I immediately went and rewatched was a Joseph Losey film that Harold Pinter wrote the script for, called The Servant, in the 60s, black and white movie, where an aristocrat played by James Fox is usurped by a butler played by Dirk Bogarde, and somebody who is so entitled and self-assured, and his world is never going to be rocked, and everything turns upside down and the rug is pulled from underneath his feet. That movie absolutely encapsulated that. So that was something that had essentially the flavor of what this chamber piece is, that you've got four characters in a hermetically sealed world of this country estate in Oxfordshire, and they hire in a tutor to try and, you know, get their wayward teenage son into Oxford University, and they pay for and invite somebody who turns out to be a cuckoo. And of course, I think as an audience, and certainly as I can remember reading it for the first time, willing it to happen, seeing somebody who is as arrogant and entitled as this novelist James Sinclair is, to see his unraveling is satisfying. Because in real life, you know, I don't know, you know, is Donald Trump ever really going to, you know, take ownership of what he has done or what he's stolen, or purported to, allegedly to have done? So, you know, in fiction, you can have the good and the bad can get their just desserts. You know, I see it in actor-actor relationships. There are very, I can't think of a single screen marriage where one person's career is at the exact same level as the other one. Maybe you can. Maybe Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise, when they were married together, came as close as we could to that. And then, of course, we don't know why, but that unraveled. So I think that I can't think of any screen partnership, partner to partner, marriage of.
Sure.
Yes, that, because essentially, in my experience, is that good news for one actor is bad for the other one. Because unless you're cast to play twins or equal-sized roles for equal amount of money, that just never happens. So somebody's got to bite the bullet and kind of go, okay, well, I'll stay at home on this one, I think. Maybe slightly, but you know, the wisdom is that there are only 3 or 4 plots, no matter what the story is. But it's the variety of what people invent that is, you know, in my opinion, I don't think AI will ever be able to do that, because I think it's like your thumbprint. What a writer comes up with is the authentic voice of that writer. Composers, as soon as there's a hit song, Ed Sheeran's just been through it, immediately he's sued. Michael Jackson went through it. And yes, of course, because there are only so many numbers of notes or chord things that people use. So inevitably, you're going to find something that is sampled or reiterated you've seen somewhere before. But I don't know, has that answered your question? Yes, yeah. I think still, but I think that it's unconscious sometimes. It's not because otherwise we would never go to a bookstore or go to a movie if it was exactly the same as what we've seen before. And I think that sometimes with franchises, the assumption is if you give people exactly what they've had before, they're going to be dumb enough to buy their popcorn and just keep going. And I think that franchise fatigue is something that is very real, that is going on.